come up? Yeah. Dr. Alford?
Yes.
Come up here.
Sorry, I didn't know it was one of them.
I know, it's amazing. She's amazing. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Heather Dyer. I'm the CEO, General Manager of San Bernardino Valley Municipal Water District. We live in a terrific state. The weather is beautiful, the landscape is amazing, the community is rich and diverse. But this state and our region present major challenges to both human and ecological communities situated in this desert landscape, namely in providing a reliable and sustainable source of water, especially in the face of changing climate conditions. Water is the most fundamental need we have as humans. Water is the resource that sustains our bodies, our environment, and our economy. Today we're going to highlight what people here in this very San Bernardino Valley are doing to ensure our region has the water supply and climate resilience it needs to continue to thrive for decades to come. In a few minutes, you will hear from several leaders that are investing their time and resources towards solving complex challenges in our region and across our state. We will welcome from the State Water Resources Control Board, Vice Chair Dee D. Adamo, from California's 23rd Senate District, Senator Rosalisi Ochoa-Bo, from Cal State University San Bernardino, Dr. Jennifer Alford, and from the San Bernardino Municipal Water Department, General Manager Miguel Guerrero. I would also like to acknowledge the elected officials from several local water agencies in attendance today. From the San Bernardino Valley Water Conservation District, we have Ms. Melody McDonald. From the San Bernardino Valley Municipal Water District, Gil Bateo and Susan Longville. There is no natural resource more precious than water in California. It supports every living thing in our state and supports the 5th largest economy in the world. California's economy sits between Germany and India on the worldwide stage. Isn't that amazing? Because of this, we have a tremendous responsibility to steward this valuable resource for a greater good, to look beyond ourselves and think about creating as much value as possible for as many interests as possible for as long as possible. The San Bernardino Valley Municipal Water District and our partners are committed to working together to improve supply, increase groundwater savings, connecting our assets to transform water into a future of regional sustainability, adaptability, and resilience. There is no one solution to managing and ensuring water reliability, especially in the face of climate change and more extreme weather patterns. As water managers, we're planning for both massive flooding or extended drought in any given year. This year, our region continues a significant dry period that has lasted for over 20 years. And we only receive 5% of our state water project allotment. Thankfully, we here in the San Bernardino Valley have been preparing for these conditions by diversifying our water portfolio through new infrastructure while reducing our overall use through demand management programs. The agencies of the San Bernardino Valley have positioned our region to deal with the exact climate scenario in which we find ourselves. However, we are looking beyond this drought, decades ahead, and working across traditional boundaries to develop creative, collaborative projects to sustain our shared resources for future generations. As an example, we have developed a program called Watershed Connect, which secures funding for over 25 new water projects that include stormwater capture, recycled water, alternative energy solutions, and habitat restoration. Watershed Connect is a strategic funding initiative that maximizes the investments made by our local water agencies by leveraging our connections to each other through a watershed approach. We are building on the great work being done by all of these different agencies to secure additional state and federal funding for our projects. We are all connected through our shared resources, the land, the river system, the groundwater basin, our ecosystems, and the diverse and complex communities that we all serve. The sharing of these resources creates many points of common interest among all of us here today. This interconnectedness creates a beautiful tapestry, a picture of the future that is stronger and more vibrant because of our collaboration. As we continue to work towards regional and statewide water resilience, we call upon the residents and the businesses within our community to be mindful stewards of our precious water resources. As you do your part, being stewards of these resources, we will do our part by building the water infrastructure of the future, ensuring a resilient water supply for your children and your grandchildren. Now I'd like to invite up with pleasure the Vice Chair of the State Water Resources Control Board, Didi Diadamo.
Thank you, Heather, and thank you all for inviting me to participate in today's discussion, and a special thank you to the university. It's our board's mission to secure and protect water resources for communities, farms, businesses, and the environment. This is our fundamental role in protecting and sustaining California's future. We're here today because we all understand that drought conditions are expected to get worse. California's historic drought has created unprecedented difficulties. Hotter and drier weather is expected to reduce our water supply in California by up to 10% by the year 2040. And despite all of the work regional water agencies have done to improve water resiliency, more must be done to adapt to this climate reality, to this new normal. We at the state are focused on actions to capture, recycle, desalt, and conserve more water so we can build a sustainable, climate resilient future. Exactly what you all are doing here in this region. We provided $3.3 billion throughout the state last fiscal year to support water resilience and expand access to safe drinking water, including $270 million in grants for drinking and wastewater projects in disadvantaged communities. Here in the San Bernardino Valley, we've given $187 million in drought relief to fund regional wastewater, drinking water, and other programs such as potable reuse, recycling, and groundwater cleanup. We want to commend the water leaders in this region for advancing the Inland Empire brine line, a sustainable way to treat and recycle water that is high in salts, allowing for better use of regional groundwater resources. This collaborative approach is an important conservation tool for the entire area. And this is why we have funded projects in the past for the Santa Ana Watershed Project Authority, Yucaipa Valley Water District, and most recently recycled water funding for the East Valley and Yucaipa water districts. In sum, we have and we are committed to continuing to be a partner to help water systems invest and innovate so that our water infrastructure is able to adapt to a drier future. In addition, our long-term capital-intensive investments, all of us must be taking action each and every day to conserve water that we have now and make it last. At the state, our mandate has been very clear: make conservation a way of life. Not just conserving during drought, but being more efficient with our water all the time. And that includes things like developing long-term standards for efficient use of water, incentivizing recycled water, supporting small water suppliers and rural communities who are vulnerable, and requiring urban and agricultural water suppliers to set and stay within water budgets that are based on their unique needs. As we head into a fourth dry year, I want to emphasize the critical importance of residents and businesses to conserve our limited water supplies. We know that outdoor water use in particular accounts for as much as 80% of our water use. So doing simple things like using efficient sprinklers, ensuring that we turn off irrigation systems before it rains, fixing leaks, and irrigating at night or early morning hours all can help. Local grass replacement and rebate programs have been successful in getting Californians to upgrade their landscaping. This month, we're excited that the Department of Water Resources will be announcing a program to incentivize even more people with a $75 million grant program that will help supplement regional funding. I want to emphasize the importance of collaboration in this work, just as you all know. Talking, listening, and sharing information has been foundational in responding to this drought and for ensuring a sustainable water supply future. Together, we can save our water, save California. We encourage residents and businesses to visit saveourwater.com for more tips and information on conserving water. Thank you again for all being such strong partners in addressing California's difficult water supply challenges.
Thank you, Dee Dee. We really appreciate you making the time to come down here and spend the afternoon with us. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce a fierce advocate for local water supply infrastructure projects, Senator Rosalisi Ochoa-Boak.
Thank you very much. As we all know, water is an essential source for life that we must not take for granted. The San Bernardino Valley Municipal Water District, the San Bernardino Municipal Water Department, the Yucaipa Valley Water District, the San Bernardino Valley Water Conservation District, the East Valley Water District, and the West Valley Water District have all been tireless champions ensuring our region has the proper water infrastructure to serve our communities while stimulating the local economy, creating jobs, and protecting our environment. I truly applaud and support all of your efforts. I look forward to working collaboratively, locally, and statewide to ensure residential and commercial customers across the Inland Empire have enough water to meet their demand now and in the future. I'm blessed to be your partner. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here with you, and I look forward to our future collaborations. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. So at this time, I'm happy to introduce Dr. Jennifer Offert from Cal State University, San Bernardino, who's doing great things in terms of regional water planning, advocates for education, and also career pathways.
Thank you. And thank you to the San Bernardino Valley Municipal Water District, San Bernardino Municipal Water Department, the California Natural Resource Agency, and of course the State Water Board for bringing this event to our campus. I'd first like to recognize so many community partners who are present here today and who have supported CSUSB through various water-centric learning and service opportunities. I think we collectively agree that how we've approached water issues in the past has to be reimagined to build more resilient communities. And I will argue that this comes from adequate workforce development, promotion of stewardship, innovative research, and university-community partnerships. Like many of the organizations here today, CSUSB is reimagining our approach to water issues by seeking new ways to collaborate with community partners across our teaching, research, and service activities, including our involvement in the Headwaters Resiliency Partnership and other such collaborations. Other examples include our desire to reposition the CSUSB Water Resource Institute to approach water through an interdisciplinary water resilient approach that includes career pathway opportunities for students and faculty-student research collaborations with community partners. The complexities our communities face calls on us to be more intentional about our partnerships, which includes elevating the opportunities CSUSB can provide for the community and for our students. Understanding the complex hydrology of water resources, which I do not need to explain to anyone here today, across our state, the ability of CSUSB to address water issues is not limited to our region. The CSU Chancellor's Office supports water education and research through the CSU Water Advocacy Towards Education and Research, a system-wide affinity group. CSU Water seeks to expand on its proven track record of identifying and resolving water issues through cross-campus, community-based learning and research collaborations that immerse students in real-world problems and solutions. By all of us continuing to seek multi-tier collaborations, We have an opportunity to establish a framework for real, measurable changes in how we approach water in California by promoting proactive, diverse avenues of water stewardship that simultaneously support more resilient communities. I look forward to continuing this conversation both across our local communities and the greater state of California. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Alford. And finally, I'd like to welcome up Miguel Guerrero, General Manager from the San Bernardino Municipal Water Department, a partner on many of our projects and someone who is always looking to affect change in our watershed. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. Good afternoon. First off, of course, thank you, Cal State San Bernardino, for hosting this wonderful event, and thank you, Vice Chair Diadamo, for joining us. And of course, thanks to everyone who's here to participate in this very important discussion that keeps us water managers up at night. It's important to recognize the tremendous work that San Bernardino and other communities across the state have done to combat the prolonged drought as we work hard to achieve water supply reliability. In 2008, Governor Schwarzenegger initiated the 20 by 2020 Water Conservation Plan, calling on all Californians to reduce their water use by 20% by year 2020. In 2014, Governor Brown declared a drought state of emergency, and the state issued conservation standards to each water supplier, with some having to cut water use by up to 38% compared to use in 2013. Californians answered the call, met their standards, and that 2020 or 20 by 2020 goal was blown out of the water. Governor Brown declared the drought emergency over in 2017, but we didn't go back to our old inefficient water use habits. Many water suppliers maintained water use efficiency standards and continued to bolster conservation programs, and the community accepted efficient water use as a new norm. In San Bernardino, we have successfully maintained a 15 to 20% reduction compared to 2013. Today, we find ourselves under a drought emergency once again, and once again, we are calling on the community to further cut water use and increase efficiency, and we believe the community will respond as they have over the last decade. We do understand that we cannot just rely on reducing water use to try to conserve our way out of this, so we have been developing and supporting other solutions at the local and state levels. At the local level, partners in this valley are focused on developing recycled water projects that will provide drought-tolerant supply, more than 10 million gallons per day. Agencies are engaged in an ongoing collaborative effort to manage the basin through projects including a regional recycled water system that will tie together recycled water facilities, providing flexibility to convey this water to areas where it's most beneficial. Locally, we've also developed the Groundwater Council, made up of local groundwater basin stakeholders. The primary focus of this council is to ensure that every drop of State Water Project water allocated in this region is used directly or is replenishing the basin. At the state level, we have several local agencies that are part of the Solve the Water Crisis Coalition, a group that brings awareness of current and future impacts to the state's water supply from climate change and extreme drought periods, and also advocates for financial support from the state and infrastructure improvements and support with regulatory requirements. We have a great deal of work ahead of us. It's a challenge that will require action at all levels, community, local, state, and federal, but I feel confident and secure that we are headed in the right direction, working together toward achieving water supply reliability in the San Bernardino Valley and across the state. At this point, I would again like to thank all that are here today, and I will now open it up for any questions. Thank you.
Okay, it seems like we don't have any questions, so we would just like to thank everyone in attendance, and we appreciate being able to spread this message that's very important about California water resilience. So I like to advocate for transformation through connection. So let's all work together. Let's go.